Hello everybody, welcome on in. I'm OHRye, back with some more Deep Rock Galactic Survivor and the new heavy duty expansion where they added endless mode, the new class and all that. Today we're going to run the interrogator and we're going to do the world famous Taco Bell build. So you may have seen some of these new weapons. They're a little bit interesting how they work, and we're going to run the interrogator because the interrogator is going to get access to both of the ones that I plan on doing. But you'll kind of see why we call it the Taco Bell build. We're gonna be running basically, it's gonna be a beam build. We're gonna run the flamethrower, we're gonna run the sludge pump, but then we're gonna run the two new beam elemental weapons. We're gonna be running the Dragon Storm Incinerator, and then we're going to be running the new sludge item. I think it's just called a sludge spreader. So those are going to be the four weapons we run here today. Let's go status effect damage. And then of course we'll be doing endless. We'll kind of see how far we can make it with this. It's a relatively decent build and it's fun too. We did do this build on one of my live streams and it's a pretty cool, like kind of flashy build, but it did get the nickname, okay, so there's Toxic Spreader. It did get the nickname Taco Bell build, and you can kind of see why right now. If I need to explain the joke to you, which I guess I will, but I hope I don't have to explain it, but I'm gonna explain it to you. Taco Bell has a history of, you know, you get some diarrhea when you eat Taco Bell. That's kind of like the running joke. And it's funny because these weapons that we're gonna get right now, they're basically butt beams. You're pretty much shooting beams out of your butt, which is pretty funny. It looks hysterical, especially the fire one, because the fire one literally starts out with one beam, and you'll see it, but it literally just shoots one beam like right out of your right out of your butt. So immature. Here I am, a grown man getting all like choked up about some like fire and acid coming out of the dwarf's butthole. So immature, but it's hilarious. It is pretty funny. It's a fun build too. It actually looks really cool. Like if we can, you know, hopefully we'll end up getting a good amount of beams here on these weapons, which, you know, we kind of should, because it is endless mode. You know, we have much more opportunities to get high levels, to get high luck. So hopefully we can. I always forget how much quicker these levels go now. All right, I'm gonna do that status effect damage. But those are gonna be the four weapons we're gonna run. There's no, I mean, I guess we can get around not having the actual sludge pump, but the fire one, the Dragon Storm Incinerator, that's a must. So if we don't get that, then this is a reroll. Okay, we're gonna do the coupon right away. We could do reloads for beams. Okay, there's the Dragon Storm Incinerator. I wish we had, man, both of them are right here. I wish we could lock things down. They still haven't given us the ability to banish. Like, I'm really surprised that they haven't let us banish or lock things down yet. If they really wanted to add a money sink to this game, they could let us do that with the resources we gain. You know, the meta resources, because there's nothing really I don't have anything to do with those anymore. So if they wanted to let us spend lockdowns and banishes, but we're gonna go Dragon Storm Incinerator. So again, this is one of the new weapons, a backward facing fire beam that leaves a nasty ground zone. Oh my god. Oh, that means we're not gonna see the single beam right away. I guess that's all right. First level up is just a straight up, I guess we could do the crit chance. Oh, here, I think we need to, yeah, we have the visibility way too far down. All right, there we go. Now we're shooting some fire beams out of our butthole, along with some acid. It's just so hilarious, like the first time you see it on, because it's a starting weapon for the new character. So it makes way more sense with that character because, you know, you're driving around a sort of a giant bulldozer weapon. and then, you know, just all of a sudden you play with a regular dwarf and now you're shooting it out your butt. It's like, okay. All right, so we could do, let's try to get the sludge pump. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so we got the weapons we wanted to get now. Let's go damage. We'll get the legendary range. Let's see. Yeah, see, look, I didn't even look at the bottom of the map yet. I need to sort of adjust. Why are we getting so many legendaries? That was a ton of legendaries for not really having a lot of luck already.
Power of thy kin courses through. Show me more. Yoink.
Okay, we'll buy both of these. We can do the mining. The mining's not horrible. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's like great with this weapon, but once you get a few beams, then it's definitely a lot better. So if we can get, once we can kind of get this to 18 and, you know, get maybe 4 or 5 extra beams on there, then it's kind of decent as a mining weapon.
We've got work to do and quotas to meet. You have your objectives.
But with, I guess with 2 beams, it might be okay. But I'm gonna try to, going forward now, you know, we kind of did our 2 main runs that I wanted to try. You know, we did the sniper build, we did the explosive builds, and so now I kind of want to try builds that are going to sort of focus on the new weapons. Not necessarily always running the new class. We'll do things with that every once in a while, but I want to try to put in some of these new weapons too with some of the old weapons, you know, not just running like this one. This is the perfect example because we get, it's basically a new beam build. We basically get a full fire and acid build. We don't have to worry about, we're not getting any other beam weapons, we're not getting cryo, we're not getting like kinetic weapons, we're just getting straight acid and fire beams. And so it's kind of cool to do this new thing out. I will say though that as much as I do like a majority of the weapons, I think a lot of them are maybe a little bit kind of too similar to what we have, because obviously these ones are super similar. they're not really that much different, especially, you know, the sludge pump and the sludge spreader. They're almost the exact same thing, you know. One just shoots it behind you, one does it in a rotation. Okay, we'll do the ground zone radius and lifetime. There's a little bit of difference between the fire ones, because at least the fire one, the incinerator, at least right off the get, that leaves fire on the ground. So see how we're leaving fire on the ground here? That's a little bit different. I don't really want the crit chance, but no, I'll just take it. I don't really do crit chance that much with like these builds, but still reload. But yeah, the regular fire beam, the flamethrower, that can get an upgrade where you put fire trails on the ground. So they're very, very, very similar. And then some of the other weapons are pretty similar to the what's the one I'm thinking of? One of the electric ones, the new electric one that the starting class. I can't remember the names of all of them. It's not the voltaic generator, because that one's actually a pretty cool weapon. That's, you know, that's a new one. You're leaving electric fields on the ground. But the one that just shoots out regular electric attacks, that one's really similar to like the stubby. It even has pretty similar overclocks to it. But you know, the acid scatter gun, The caustic scattergun, that one's pretty cool. The saw blades are very cool. And then the voltaic generator, I really like that one. That's a pretty strong, powerful weapon. I haven't used a lot of the Chimera frag cannon. I haven't really put that into a build yet, and I know that's supposed to be like a heavy hitting weapon, so I'm curious how heavy hitting that one is. I kind of want to see how good that weapon is for damage output. The mines are incredible. They're probably one of the most broken weapons in the game right now, because you get one of the overclocks, you get a 2% damage increase per mine on the ground, and you're basically it almost seems like at some points you can have 100 mines out on the ground. It's crazy. I'm pretty confident it's going to be nerfed, because it does an absolute insane amount of damage. Okay, well now we have 3 beams on this. I still wish we could pick our starting weapons too, and I still wish we could do official 1 weapon runs. You know, I still want that to be a thing. I'm kind of bummed they haven't really even talked about it or considered it yet. You know, just some sort of modifier that lets us pick how many weapons we want to start with.
What else we got?
And they could even do it like, because when you run endless mode, it doesn't count towards the milestones or anything. So I think that would be sort of a fair compromise if they let us modify the game a little bit, but then yeah, say this isn't gonna, these aren't gonna count towards whatever progress you're trying to make in the game. I think that would be fair. But I guess now that kind of endless mode is out, and it's not even new content, it's just kind of new features. I think in terms of features, I want to see that, and I want to be able to see us start. I still want to see each dwarf have be able to start with different weapons. I still think that should be a thing. So we're gonna kind of bring that stuff up a lot, because you know, the more you talk about things, the more attention things get. But that's kind of, I guess, the biggest things I would like to see now. I'd like to see one weapon runs official, not the weapon masteries. The weapon masteries don't count, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a 3-stage dive. I want to do endless mode with a sniper only. I want to do endless mode with a sludge pump only. Literally just 1 weapon the whole time. Get it to like level 150. No other weapons in my arsenal. And then each character should be able to start with, give me an option of 3 different weapons to start with. Way I'm not always required to have one of these weapons in my build that I might not want to have. That's it. Those are my biggest wish list now. We got the new weapons, we got endless mode. I can't really think of much more else. I guess I would eventually, and again, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But I do think some of the overclocks get a little bit lazy. They kind of repeat the same ones over and over on some of these weapons, and it does sort of ruin what I was hoping would be like more unique features for each weapon. But you know, a lot of them kind of all share the same thing. But other than that, I think we're in a super good spot with this game. Well, that's kind of good that we got the crit powder and now the nitro scanner. That kind of worked out. And so again, these break. We mentioned this, I mentioned this in a couple of videos, but people were always kind of confused about that whenever I said they break. And no, it's not a nerf. A couple people have commented that, did they nerf them? No, this has always been a thing. The scanners having a limit have always been a thing. It just wasn't clear. They never officially showed the how much you have collected. So it's not a nerf. The scanners have always been like that, but now now you can actually see it. All right, let's do the damage. Let's do that status effect damage. Actually, I probably should have taken the gold because I forgot we have the coupon. I'm gonna go with the pickup radius actually. I forgot we have the coupon. The gold and nitro picks are much more valuable when you have that. But I really, really want it. I really still wanted that pickup radius.
Onto that drop pod. It's about to head out. Nicely done, miner. Going deeper.
So even though the scanners break and even on endless mode, I still think they're worth picking. I don't think you should not pick it because, you know, eventually it wears out. I still think it's the best pick because I don't think the other artifacts, I mean, some of them are obviously way better, but I don't think there's enough artifacts that are better than an actual scanner. Especially, I mean, all the scanners are really good now. The XP scanners are still really, the XP scanners might even actually be more OP now because they don't break. They don't have a limit. Oh, look at this. Again, some of these weird okay, I was doing a stream. I got stuck in this peninsula right here. I don't know if it happens all the time, but this little pathway right here, I did get stuck with the new class, the Demolisher. I did get stuck. Literally, like, I got stuck and I ended up losing because I couldn't make it out. What'll be interesting about this run too is what I kind of just realized right there as I was trying to escape. This is going to be one of our first endless runs where I don't really have any CC. I guess this will kind of tell us how important CC is. Because I sort of did this build before, but we actually had a cryo cannon. This time I obviously don't have a cryo cannon. And I've kind of been saying from the start that CC is super important. Because look at this. We're getting swarmed right here. If I had a cryo cannon, you know, this wouldn't be an issue. But now it definitely is. I hope that's, I don't know. I guess, I wonder if that's going to make the game, I wonder if that's going to require you to have CC in every run. If that's the case, that kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. Some runs will just have to deal with it. We're just not going to make 25 stages with every build. But the fact that you might need some sort of cold weapon every time, that might be a little bit rough. So yeah, let's do the gold then. Once again, with these sludge pumps though, I don't want to go too crazy on the range, because they leave the fire trails and the acid trails behind them. And so I really want to make sure that those are kind of hitting the enemies. The fire one, I'm okay going a little bit further, especially since we have mining. I don't want to go super crazy on the range on some of these. Okay, let's do the extra beam.
Let me try again.
Oh, there's extra beams there. We'll mark. Okay, yeah, we'll mark both. Okay, we can do this one range too. No, I'm not gonna mark that. Yeah, I'm gonna mark that. Okay, I have the coupon, so I might as well try to get the legendaries while they're somewhat affordable. We do have a nitrous scanner too, so. So I could kind of utilize this a little bit, you know, like if I really, but I don't think it's worth trying to make this mine things, because I'm probably better off just mining myself. And you know, it'll just do what it does. It'll just kind of mine the things behind us. It could be funny with the vehicle too, because you could, with the vehicle, you can actually move in reverse. Let's go status effect damage. But now that the DLC's been out a little bit, you know, what do you guys think? What do you think? Like, what grade do you give it? A, B? Do you hate it? I know there's definitely still some bugs in this game. We've experienced quite a few bugs, but I guess let's kind of say bugs aside. Just in terms of the content that they have added, you know, what do you like about that? What do you think of the content that they've added in the game? I think it's an A. I would personally give it an A. I'm trying to be like unbiased as possible, obviously, because I'm content creator for this game, but I think, and I'm including everything, the endless mode. I think the endless mode is phenomenal. I really love how, wow, we're getting a lot of beams. I love how difficult the endless mode is, but again, you know, there are the issues when you get to later stages, as you saw in a few of my videos. Once you get to the later stages, the game can't handle it anymore. So hopefully that stuff gets resolved. But the difficulty for endless mode is what I wanted. It's what I needed in this game. You know, even the earlier levels are still a lot tougher now because the enemies spawn a little bit quicker. So you're kind of moving through the levels a little bit faster now. So I really like what they did with the endless, and for the most part, I think the new weapons are cool. I do like the new weapons. I haven't really had a chance to experience all of them yet, but I think the majority of them are pretty cool. Some feel a little samey. Some of the overclocks I don't necessarily love, but overall I still think it's a good mix of new weapons to play with. And then the new class has grown on me. What I think they should have done with the class, again, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video or on my live stream, it all kind of blurs together now, but what I wish they would have done with the new class is I wish they would have added one subclass that doesn't have the vehicle. Maybe your bulldozer broke down and he runs around with the shield, but he still keeps the same movement speed debuff, but he's now just a normal dwarf. You know, his bulldozer broke down, and so that's the lore between the character, and maybe he runs around with like the giant like bulldozer shield in front of him, so he can still kind of have that knockback in mining that class has, but he controls like a normal dwarf. Like, that would be cool. Okay, so here's 2 beams. Wow, we're just gonna get a ton of beams here. We just got 4 beams right there for that weapon.
Let me try again.
Okay, let's do ground zone. Let's do the radius so we can buy some other stuff. Wow, that was perfect. We can mark that. Yeah, I think it would have been, I don't think it would have been a horrible idea if one of the subclasses didn't have the vehicle. So that way you could still play the new class with the new weapons, but not be tied to the vehicle, because I know the vehicle is very divisive right now. Like, people, I think the majority of the people actually don't like it. I can't really recall seeing any comments where someone said, I absolutely love the new class. He's so much fun. Everybody's kind of in the same boat as I am, where the controls are just kind of weird and awkward. But as I said, he kind of slowly grows on me because I think that's just how he's supposed to be. You know, he is just supposed to be weird and awkward, but he's so tanky. He has such a huge knockback range that, you know, it kind of makes up for some of his issues. But with all that said, again, I still wish at least one of the subclasses didn't have the vehicle. See, look, we're already through the level. This is how quickly we're moving through things now. And this is only stage 6, you know, this doesn't really happen this early like in the normal runs. I haven't even explored a good portion of this map. And we already killed them. Okay, let's do a pickup radius. Let's go beam damage. But I give this game an A. I give the update an A. The DLC is $10. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it to me if you're playing this game. I'm a little biased because I'm obviously gonna get my playtime's worth because it's gonna get me, you know, hundreds of hours of. What is with these beam upgrades? Dude, I wonder if like the rarity for certain weapons for beam upgrades to show up is higher than others. Because this is how many beams have we gotten?
Yeah, now let me try again.
We can do range on that one.
Now we're talking.
Let's re-roll and see. Wow, good thing that was a good re-roll. We could buy both of these, I guess. We'll buy that damage. How many beams have we gotten so far on this? Yeah, look at that. 4 legendary beam upgrades in a row on this weapon.
After this, I'm taking the long
This one has already gotten 3.
to the core of
This one got 1. This one hasn't gotten any. So we've already seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've already seen 8 legendary beam upgrades. Our new sludge weapon has gotten 4 in a row. And going to, okay, new discussion here. Going into the endless mode, because I did want to bring this part up too. I was really vocal before endless mode came out that I was really afraid these runs were going to be, you know, we were going to maybe be looking at 2-hour runs, and that was going to be a huge turnoff for me because me personally, I don't want to do 2-hour runs. So even though the game is endless mode, I was still kind of hoping that, you know, we would be in like no more than an hour and a half, and that's kind of exactly where it's at. It's kind of right there at 90 minutes. If you have a good build and you make it to 20 plus, you know, that's about 90 minutes. I think that's the perfect time. So I think they did a really, really good job of putting this game at like the right pacing. I have no issues with the length of the runs here. I think I am gonna need more health though. Oh my goodness, it's crazy how quickly we move through these. Alright, I want to see... I really, really want to see some HP upgrades here. We haven't seen a hoarder bug yet either, so I haven't really been able to upgrade my health that way either. Yeah, but look how quickly we're moving through all these levels. Oh shit. Get a little bit. We gotta, I should have saw that. The tail right here was kind of blocking it though, so it wasn't, I guess it wasn't super obvious. All right, I guess I'm not gonna buy these now.
This is gonna help me be a perfect dwarf.
I gotta spend my nitra.
I'm raring to try this
Okay,
out.
see, so like this one, we could add burning zones to the ground now too. Let's do that.
It's gonna change everything.
Then let's do the ground zone radius.
I'm gonna do something epic with this. More options.
Oh man, a lot of, okay.
I can't get enough of this rare
A lot
stuff.
of, oh, okay, I can't afford a reroll anyways, so I guess that's good, because I have 3 things locked down now.
Get to work. There's aliens to be killed and gold to be mined.
But now we're going to be putting just tons of fire and acid on the ground. See, that's really cool.
You shouldn't need precious minerals. It will get you killed.
So this is, you know, this is an entirely new build here. Basically like a ground zone build, I guess. You know, the acid puts stuff on the ground. Both my fire weapons put stuff on the ground now. And so now we can try to go ground zone radius, ground zone damage, ground zone lifetime, whatever.
Prepare to fight for your life. A big swarm is approaching.
I guess I am gonna have to kind of use my butt here, like, to get out of a bad situation, you know?
Supplies ready. Clean up the LZ.
Turn around and, and shoot my acid on everybody. Just kind of spin around and make sure I'm putting all the acid everywhere.
LZ cleared. Supplies inbound.
No way. Legendary.
Okay, this is our first reroll. Ooh, a pickaxe? Yeah, I think we could do the pickaxe. Rerolls, again, there's so much again, there's so much mentality you have to change here with the way you play. You still only get 6 rerolls. You don't get more rerolls because it's endless, but now you're playing potentially 20 floors. So it feels like you kind of have to, if you see something decent, you should probably just take it. You know, if it's something that's an okay item, just pick it. Because if you waste all your rerolls trying to get something specific, you know, you're gonna run out of rerolls pretty quickly. And then before you know it, because you re-rolled for that one specific item, now your last like three or 4 relics, you might not have re-rolls and you're gonna get something shitty. And then again, was it worth it just to get that one item?
Don't die easily.
Man, I really want all these, but again, the gold is just more valuable because I can buy that for cheaper than 70 gold.
I'm raring to try this out. Feel much better now.
Gotta move on, miner. The drop pod will head out momentarily.
Man, I hate that I can't really move through all these levels though and clear them. Oh, there was a legendary piece of gear. I could have gotten that. All right, so let's buy that. Ground zone radius. Guess I'm buying all this. We'll buy that.
Vision.
Let's do, which one is this? The incinerator. Let's do the 3 extra beams because that's a little funnier. And like I said, I think I'm okay with not getting huge range, although the range on the incinerator's not as bad because I do kind of, I don't know why I should have kept going. But the range on the incinerator isn't too bad because it's nice for trying to kill the bosses and stuff, but so I think what we need now is maybe a little bit more health. Because again, this might be my first real endless run that we've done where I don't have, I don't want to do, if it wasn't shock, I would do it, but you know, thematic wise, I don't want to get that acid. Because I want to keep it all acid and fire. I don't want that electricity on the ground. Okay, this one I think we re-roll. Okay, we'll take the magnet. Okay, and we do have every weapon to level 18 now. See, these situations are not good now. It's if we had a cryo cannon, be totally fine. I'm really interested to see, you know, what our limit is with this build at some point without the cryo cannon. I mean, we're doing really good, you know. We're doing a lot of damage, killing these enemies really quickly. Yeah, let's go ground zone radius. I don't know. Status effect damage. At some point my radius is going to be so big, I don't know if I'll need anymore. Because look how much I'm missing out on. I'm barely able to complete the quests here. I need one more. There we go. Thank you. Ground zone damage. Come on, we can get this nitra.
Stage completed. Well done. Going deeper.
Maybe we need more move speed.
Stronger. Just the nope. Try again. Epic upgrade. That's a nope.
I think I'm gonna stop with some of the range on that. I'm gonna mark both of those. Potency for sure.
Let me try again.
Damage, potency. Mark that also.
We've got work to do and quotas to meet. You have your objectives.
We also kind of look like a peacock too. I'm also like, I'm okay too with not every build being able to make it to 25 or 30, you know? Let's save only the best of the best builds for those kind of runs. You know, if we don't have CC, then maybe we just expect to not make it that far. I don't know. Still so much to find out. I still have to do the masteries too for these weapons. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna do videos for them. I was kind of thinking about it. I guess it depends, but the mastery stuff now is much easier than it was before. So that's kind of, I don't know, because I was using them sort of as like a little bit of a guide before, but now it works differently because now you only have to clear them on hazard 3, whereas before, you know, there was tiered levels. You know, if you cleared it on hazard 3, you got this much damage. If you cleared it on hazard 4, you got this, and then hazard 5, you would get the max amount of damage. So it was way more challenging back then. Wow, look at that damage. I want to do the energy bars. I'm a little bit afraid though, but we'll do it because I don't really have good HP right now. So I was, and again, the endless mode now is taking an hour and a half. I don't know. All right, let's do the luck damage. I'm gonna unpin this because I want to spend this nitra.
I can use this. Surely next time will be better. It's a little extra special.
We'll mark that and buy this. Still no good HP stuff.
It's pure luck and skill from here on, miner.
I don't think we've seen one hoarder bug too. Have we? No, maybe we've seen one. Did we see one hoarder bug? that definitely doesn't help. If I see the huli bait, I might that. Just because one, they can drop the chemist kit. We do still need the chemist kit. We kind of have to try to make sure that that's one of our drops.
That's a fight for your life. Got a supply pod incoming. Well done.
Okay. We'll do the nitro scanner. I'd prefer a gold scanner. We didn't get a gold scanner at all, did we? We didn't. We have an XP and 2 nitros. There we go. All right. So again, once again, you know, the map's already cleared, or we're already done, and we haven't even cleared the map. Honestly, haven't even really come close, because there's still this whole right side over here I didn't even get to look at. Get these. All right, I'm not gonna be able to get that resource down there.
Stage completed. Well done. Going deeper.
Dang, again.
Don't mind if I do. This is gonna help. Let's shake it up. Sure, why not? This one suits me best.
Oh man, should have kept that one a little bit better. Kind of feels like we're speed running this.
Wonder what slop this serving in the can make.
Oh man, my speed actually killed me there because I moved a little too fast into that guy.
It's a little extra special.
Oh, really? I did not think I was gonna blow that guy up and then get hit there.
Get ready. We'll be with you shortly.
Well, I need way more health. I need to get like 1,000. Eventually, though, you do just get one-shot it. The run we did not too long ago, the explosive run we did on floor 33, I got hit for almost 1,600 damage. Didn't even see that guy. There we go. Ooh, I think we can go with the fire damage. I'm not against that one. We have 2 fire weapons. That's okay. Oh, that was not a good one.
Drop pod has arrived. Get there before the timer runs out. The drop pod is not going to hang around.
See, look at this. Didn't even look at this whole top quadrant over here.
This one's for Carl. Oh yeah, now we're talking.
All right, I need to get this last mushroom.
Exemplary work. You've achieved the objective in a record time. Get yourself onto that drop pod.
Not gonna. Oh, I could have gotten it. Dang it.
Diving deeper. Next stage coming up.
It's for me. I'm having next. I already feel stronger. Just what I next. I'm gonna do something epic with
Ground
this.
zone damage. I love that upgrade, especially with this build.
More options. It's a little extra special.
We're going deep now, miner.
Okay, so stage 13.
Do anything with more legs than two. Open.
Our damage is really, really, really good. You can tell how good our damage is just based on how quickly we're killing clearing through the levels, killing the bosses. My biggest worry though is just going to be our survivability.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm.
I have, my HP is very low. I don't have any sort of CC. So I'm afraid of getting caught in, you know, kind of like a situation like this where maybe I eat a couple more hits than I should, and then I'm dead. We could do the pills. The pills do give me a heal. But honestly, I feel like if I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm gonna actually re-roll these. Okay, we'll do the huli bait. The huli baits will get me 200 HP plus. Did we just kill them all? Okay, so we got extra beam, reload. One of those was our crate. Let's do the nitra. Let's do beam damage. If anything, at least I get 200 HP out of this, you know? Alright, I'm not going to do the 3 levels because that takes up an artifact spot. Let's do the damage. Alright, and we need to... What's crazy about this one is, you know, all our damage is coming from, like, the ground zone. So I don't even need to be... I honestly don't even really need to be near the enemies. Because we have so much ground zone radius damage. That's kind of why they're dying so fast.
The drop pod is about to leave. Get your ass moving, miner. Taking you deeper. Next stage coming up.
Now this is a rare treat. Surely next time will be better. This is gonna help me. Surely next time will be better. Nothing for me here. Let's try again. Nice. I'll take it.
We're going deep now, miner.
I wouldn't mind a little bit more range on my incinerators, though.
It's quiet. Almost too full.
Not much more, but a little bit more.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
No, I guess it's kind of fine where it is. Because again, this is... We kind of mostly turn this into ground zone damage, so... Keeping the ground zone close to us, I think is important. The ground zone to be too far away, because then we won't be killing the enemies that are closer to us. See, so again, this makes it so much harder without a cryo cannon.
That's all you got, you slip right there.
We got supplies ready for you. Clear the landing zone of obstacles, please.
Guess my best bet is really just to run around and just run around fast, lay the ground zone down, and just kind of forget about the enemies. Pop that.
Nicely done. Supplies inbound.
And I only have 2 rerolls left. It's either the luck or the pills. Guess we'll just go with the pills. I'll take it for the heal mainly.
The drop pod is not going to hang around.
It definitely seems okay. I think we can come get this. What is this down here? Nitra. The biggest thing we need right now, though, is we don't have the chemist kit.
The drop pod is about to leave.
That's the biggest, most important thing we need right now, and we haven't seen it.
That's it. Stage completed. Heading deeper.
I'm definitely a little worried about not seeing that one.
Might as well. This'll do. Let me try again. Power of my kin courses through me. Gonna roll the dice on this one. I can't get enough of this rare stuff. What else?
Telling you. How much luck do we have? All right, so we have those ones marked for now.
This is where the challenge becomes, well, a challenge.
209 luck. Okay, we need that chemist kit. It's a bummer we haven't seen that. That's the big boy item we need. And we're down. How many do we have? Because what do we have? 13, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 2 more left. We only have 2 more artifacts left to get. The chemist kit has to be one of them. But I only have 2 rerolls left. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? Do I just use, I probably just use my rerolls. Unless like a gold scanner shows up or an XP scanner. Oh god, alright. We have 1 slot left. 1 slot left. I'm gonna, no matter what, I'm gonna use my last 2 rerolls. Even if a gold scanner shows up, I'm gonna use my last 2 rerolls to try to get a chemist kit. The hoarder bug didn't even drop one, because sometimes the hoarder bugs can drop them, so that's kind of what's good about the huli bait, is if you're looking for scanners or chemist kits, they can drop those. So look how fast these bugs get too. They get really quick. So again, we'll just kind of utilize the ground zone damage and sort of let them run around. I'm not going to mess around too much with trying to have my actual beams hit them because I don't have insane range on these. Oh, I think we can just do this and we're perfectly fine.
Thread eliminated. Object drop pod has arrived. Get there before the timer runs out. The drop pod is not going to hang around.
Never felt better.
One for the books. Next stage coming up.
Gimme. This one makes.
See, because this is about the time. This is about the length of a normal run would end. So, you know, I'm at, this video is 53 minutes. So this is about when a normal run would be ending. But now we're on stage 15.
Oh yeah, now we're talking more options. I've been dreaming of something like this.
I guess we could do more range on that one.
Nope. Try again.
There we go. That's range on that. Reload. So I think the way they adjusted this game is awesome. For this mode. Because we definitely still get a feel for endless mode without the runs being, you know, hours and hours.
Suck on this, you freaking nature. Suck on this, you
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
Man, we have 1300 status effect damage too, even without the chemist kit.
Supplies blocked. Get the landing
Okay, like I said, this is chemist kit or bust right here. If I can, oh no, this is where we need that cryo cannon.
This'll do.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching. One crate of goodies on the way, Miner.
Heads up.
Oh, see, there's a nitro scanner. We're gonna re-roll. I have to see a chemist kit. Last one. No chemist kit. Oh man, I can't believe this whole game we didn't see a chemist kit. That's rough. Oh shit! Why did it took so long to mine that? That took way longer to mine than I thought it was gonna take. Man, so now we have 2 pills. I barely wanted 1. I guess it'll be nice because if I level up, it'll probably fully heal me.
Get to the drop pod before it hits back.
Almost.
Let's show them some pie. Feeling much better now.
We might have to turn the status effects down or the visual effects down a little bit, but I don't think so. I like it.
It's calling
When I do videos like this, I like to show off like how powerful and stuff we are.
every day. Nothing for me here.
All right, there's another
Let's try
beam.
again. I'm raring to try this next.
Heading deeper. I hope you're
All
prepared.
right, stage 17.
With a damn box start feeling like family, you know it's time to quit.
Oh my god, I hate these.
Get ready.
One down.
Oh no.
Think you can kill me? Well, think again.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
At this point, I don't even know if I should really.
Now this is
I don't even know if I should really try to push to try getting the resources.
Approaching.
your history.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
You ugly son of a bitch.
Oh shoot! Get out of there. The supply drop. The supply drop is really not vital right now. I'm maxed out on my resources, so, or I'm maxed out on my artifacts. So right now it's really only gonna give me nitro and gold, which is still good. Don't get me wrong, it's still worth trying to get, but in a situation where it might be life and death, I don't know if it's worth trying to go for. It's crazy how fast these enemies get, because like, you know, this is again the first time I've sort of done a run without a CC. These guys get really fast, and now I see why. Now I see why CC is. I see a cold weapon would be very, very important. If I ever redo a tier list, which, you know, I will do eventually once I kind of get a better feel for all the weapons,
Get your ass moving, Miner.
the cold weapons are gonna jump way up the list.
Scratch that one. Heading to the next stage.
They're gonna jump way up the list. They might be S tier. They might be like S tier weapons. There's a real possibility the cold weapons move up very high.
I rarely next. Now this is a next. No way. A legendary.
I don't really know if the
This
XP
one
gain
makes
is
me
worth it
want
anymore,
next.
because I don't anticipate it making it much further.
Challenge. Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching.
Jade is here. Bring it, backers!
A swarm is heading your way. Load up.
Kill me. Think you can hold this?
Swarm detected.
Everything is just going so fast. I'm moving so fast. The bugs are moving so fast. Oh shit, CC, shit. Ah, shit, shit, shit. Shit. Shit.
Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
So many beams. And look at that, the bosses are already here. Yeah, it's not, honestly, it's not even it's not worth attempting going for anything right now. We're in literally pure survival mode. Wow, outside of this, I don't have anything that reduces my mining speed. Those resources feel like they're taking a really, really long time to get, where everything else still feels normal. Those resources feel like they take, look at this, look how long that took.
Well done. Objective completed. Drop pod has arrived. Get there now. It will leave without you.
Not even gonna mess around.
As many as you can endure coming up.
You ugly son of a bitch! This one, nope. Try again. Gonna roll the dice on this one. I'm raring to try this. Let me try.
I kind of want to see more upgrades like this, armor, HP.
Right. Nope. Try again. Yeehaw! This is it.
We're going deep now, miner.
You want something done right? Gotta do it. Yeah. Some sugar.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
Yeehaw! This is it.
Look how much HP this guy even has.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly. Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
Oh no. Oh no. Run! Oh, that was it.
Maybe I should call.
Oh, yeah. I kind of felt that the end was coming soon. And yeah, that I got trapped. We couldn't get out of there. No CC in these runs. It's going to be an absolute killer. Yeah, I think if you want to make it like into the 20s, the mid 20s, because what was that? That was 19. So every run we've done so far, I think I've had a CC, and we made it relatively far. The sniper, we made it to low 20s. The explosive build, we made it to 33. And then in a lot of my runs on the live streams, we made it to, like the lower mid 20s, but I think I had a CC weapon almost every time. That was a fun run though. And this is just how some of these runs are going to be. Not every run is going to be 33. Oh my God, we're the best build ever type of build, because we're gonna do all these runs. We're gonna do Taco Bell builds, Peacock builds. We're gonna do all drone builds, and we'll kind of see how those work out. Some are gonna be way better than others, but we're just gonna have to expect that some just aren't gonna survive into those really high floors. Otherwise, this was a cool run though. Acid, that was really even in damage. We had 2 acid weapons. So we had the sludge pump, and then we had the new weapon, the sludge spreader. And then we had the incinerator, and then we had the flamethrower. I'm going to assume the new weapons did by far the most damage though, because they had higher damage numbers. They put on way more stacks. Interesting, because these ones did a lot of damage and they did a lot of stacks. But overall, you know, the damage numbers here between fire and acid were really even. 12.3, 12.7. You know, that's really close. A little bit of kinetic damage. I wonder if that was from Bosco. And then that's it. Status effect 16. We still had 1600 damage. I really wish, I can't believe we didn't get the chemist kit. That was one of the most important items to get, and we just never saw it. We never saw it. I think other than that, I think our items were fine. No gold scanners might have hurt. You know, getting 2 pills wasn't really that useful. The fire belt was okay. Everything else was fine. I didn't really need the crit powder, but because like we didn't build any crit, and I don't really build crit with status effect stuff. The 2 XP scanners is perfectly fine. The 2 nitro scanners was fine. The 2 pills were kind of bad. The fire belt was meh, even though we did have 2 fire items. The pickaxe was fine. I could have maybe done without that. Coupon floor 1 was god tier. But yeah, that was it. So that's our world famous Taco Bell build. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.